Master P did it. He's a rapper. Cash Money, they did it. 50 Cent did it. Jay-Z did it because they built their own table.
Antoine, when you were in the music industry, how often was the most successful artist the most talented?
Not so much, because a lot of times it's politics. Sometimes politics override talent. So nowadays I tell people, being talented is not enough. You can't be a one-trick pony. You gotta do different things. So when I was in the music business, there was so many talented people, but they didn't get their shot because they didn't know this person. So this is a politics game. So a lot of talented people didn't get their shot. Yeah.
So it really came down to them not knowing someone?
Yeah, not knowing somebody, this and that. And you have some people that actually made it, but, they fade out. So now it's a business, a politics. If you're talented, that's a bonus. But it's a lot of politics in any type of organization that's so popular. Yeah.
Can we break down what politics means in the music industry?
Yeah, so with any industry. So sometimes it'd be an individual that's really talented, an artist, but they don't play the politics game. Politics game could be you don't have a lot of money to pay a DJ. You don't know the certain producer. You're not willing to sacrifice your morals to get to the next level. This is all type of fields. This is a regular job. Sometimes you have a boss that want to take advantage of you to get to the next level. That's go back to my point about knowing yourself. Because a lot of leeches out there, a lot of predators out there in all industries, in life. So that's the politics. So to get around the politics is to invest more in yourself. Instead of waiting for a seat at the table, you build your own table. Master P did it. He's a rapper. Cash Money, they did it. 50 Cent did it. Jay-Z did it because they built their own table. From their career, they was trying. Everybody said no, shut the door. And they built their own table. That's how you get around politics, because you become the narrative of your own story.
Did you see people with that mindset still get swallowed up?
Not really. You're going to get a little bit, but not really, because you can control your own destiny. I've seen people that didn't do that and got taken advantage of because they didn't know the value of themselves. So that's why I tell know yourself. Like I had a friend, my homegirl, talented artist. She was with this producer, supposed to be making music, and he made an advance at her. And she said, you know what? I'm not into it. He tried to blackball her. So a lot of studios in the neighborhood don't mess with this girl. She's difficult. She wasn't difficult. You was trying to do something with her that was inappropriate. So those are things you got to watch out for, the leech and know. And a lot of people, if you don't know your value, you're going to do it. Think you're going to get ahead. But you don't have to do that. That's why I love today now. There's no gatekeepers.
How long were you in the music industry before you realized that the most talented artist was not always the most successful?
Probably so I got into it. Because I've seen you see it now. So many talented people, but they don't get their chance. And sometimes it's like that. Life ain't fair, right? So you're going to find that. Like me, I'm a talented person, but I'm not there where everybody else is at because I'm taking the long way. It's times that I could have took shortcuts. I could have done certain things, but my morals and values don't allow it. So sometimes you gotta take the long way, but eventually you get to your destination.
What are shortcuts?
And in my world, shortcuts was, I remember I went to this party and I needed for one of my films, and it was like it was a Coke party, and it was a Coke party. So I went there and I wanted to meet this producer, and he was interested in one of my projects to invest in, but he was doing Coke. And he's like, yo, you should take a hit. I don't do Coke. I didn't come here to do Coke. I came here to have a meeting. So that's the politics in advance. Now, if I didn't know myself, I would have took some Coke. I would have wanted to play the game, but that just wasn't me. When I was filming LOLA 1, I had an investor. She didn't want to invest in the film because my lead actress, Taja V. Simpson, was dark-skinned. She wasn't a lighted person. So I knew my value. I'm not playing that light game to appeal to a wide audience, a Caucasian audience. So I decided I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm gonna get a darker female for my film. I'm gonna do the film like I want to do it. So those are the things that we don't hear about, but it's all happening behind the scenes of getting to the next level.
That was actually said.
Yes.
And so how, I realize this is touchy, but
No, it's not.
oh, it's not, okay.
Yeah, so for me, when a person told me that, I said, okay, I invest in my own movie because I'm not gonna be swindled by no dollar. I come from a different era, so we hustle our own things. We don't. That's why when I came in the film industry, there was so many things going on. I was like, why y'all waiting? Like, but I have a different mindset. Maybe if I have the film experience, I might be like everybody else. But I came in this game like really hustling, investing in my own films, and because I realized that no one's gonna be the hero of my story. I gotta be the hero of my story. Yeah.
So when you saw that email or got that text or got that phone call, you knew, okay, this is time to part ways?
Yes, I had to. Because, at the end of the day, if someone giving you money, it's gonna come with some things. That situation, I didn't like that. And I speak about it in other interviews, and I tell sometimes in the industry, they would cast a lighter person, a more light person, to appeal to white audience because they feel like they could sell it more. And is it true? I don't care. But it is true because people do it. I'll give you an example. Denzel Washington. And they talk about this, you can find this article. When they was promoting it overseas and tried to make it really big, American Gangster, they put Russell Crowe in the poster. And Russell Crowe he wasn't that big in the film, but they put him in the poster to appeal to a wide audience. I even go down to 50 Cent. 50 Cent got a show called Power. When he was promoting Power, they had to put the guy that played Tommy on the cover to appeal to our audience. It could just be the main actor, Omari Hardwick. So this is a politics game. People don't realize that does happen in this industry.
Were you making good money in the music industry?
No, I was making nothing. It was horrible. I was spending way more money than, because with the music industry, it's like the lottery. It's a hit or miss. Yes, I was making zero, nothing.
What were you spending it on?
Artist stuff, videos. I was a manager, so I was investing into the artists, and I didn't make no money back. But what I did make was experience that allowed me to take it to the film industry. So I used my short films as my mixtapes and my feature films as my albums. So I use that analogy to slide into the film industry. But I had some great experience. I didn't make no money, but great experience.
So you were working these other jobs, hotel, security, all these different things, and doing this. And how tired were you?
I wasn't. When you have something that you love, you don't tire. It was so rewarding. It's amazing to come up with ideas in your head, and you don't need a degree. You just need a passion and a drive. So I was hired.
And when did you leave the music industry?
Maybe 10 years ago.
Right around the time you had sort of this revelation that you were.
Yeah, because I was dibbling and dabbing. I was sliding out, but officially 10 years ago.
Did you have to tell some of the artists that you were working with that you were sorry?
I told them, they knew I was leaving.
Oh, they knew. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going. Y'all got to figure it out. And I left, and it was a great decision because it made me realize my value and my worth. And when I got into the film industry, I fell in love. I know that I tell people too. You want to do something with your life, fall in love with something. When you fall in love with something, you do anything. How many times you have a relationship with girls or a guy, you did anything for that. Fall in love with something, and it'd be the best thing.
So once you sort of like gave your own notice to yourself, you gave your 2 weeks notice. What were some of the first things you started doing for the film industry?
First, building a company. So I started Antoine Films, and I wanted to brand myself and do all that stuff. And then I did my first short film, Swiss Decision, won tons of awards. And then I did a feature film called Life's Too Short, won tons of awards, internationally and domestically. And I kept going, and I loved every minute of it. I was telling all different stories, and I really it was great because I was controlling everything. It wasn't no artist, it was me. I was the artist, and it worked out perfectly.
And you were still working these jobs too to pay for. Okay,
yeah.
But hotels can pay really well. Yeah.
Yeah, I just gave up my job a year before COVID.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And sometimes these hotel jobs too, you have these flexible hours.
Yeah, I was in union. I was making like $35 an hour.
Wow.
So I was good, but it sounds good. But in New York City, it's like, If I was living somewhere else, like in Atlanta, I'd be rich. But in New York City, it's just not enough.
Did you have a car or no?
I never got a car.
Okay,
no.
yeah.
Uber or every day.
Okay.
I Uber here.